All right, folks, next we have Kentucky Cousin, a beer that was born over a cocktail. As many times here at the brewery, we find inspiration in food and beverage. This is based on a cocktail I had several months ago that used black tea, and it had loose leaf black tea that was sprinkled on top of a large format ice cube, that as the drink was drank, the black tea would kind of fall off the ice cube and eventually sink to the bottom of the glass, and over time releasing more black tea flavor. So, I mean, essentially, like, it was one of those drinks where I'm like, dang, this would be an awesome beer. So it was a cocktail that was inspired by a mint julep, but not necessarily a mint julep. So we took a little bit of that thought and put it into this beer using bourbon barrel aged blend of beer. So we used a bunch of different beer bases, you know, not only a little bit of wheat wine, a little bit of like a dark Belgian, a little bit of stout, and then a little bit of old ale. And kind of came up with a base beer that mimicked bourbon and had all the bourbon flavors from the barrels, but kind of mimicked that flavor profile as well. And then to that, we added cherries, a little bit of maraschino cherry as well, lemon zest, black tea, and spearmint. So, you know, it was kind of this layered cocktail experience that we tried to recreate in many layers here.
So I actually think this one's really close to the cocktail. Yeah, so it's incredibly balanced. This one was hard for us to pull off because it's a lot of, you know, bold flavors. Getting the cherry, and for the cherry to not be too sweet, we used the black tea, and that really, you know, that balanced it out. And then the lemon really made it pop, made it nice and bright, and the mint is a nice aroma, so nice like finishing touch. So came out very good.
So first thing on the nose for this beer is lemon zest and mint, and then, boy, a little bit of black tea aromatics kind of laying behind there. I want to say that you can get cherry on the nose too, but I think those aromatics are so strong, I think my brain is suggesting cherry, but you definitely have cherry on the palate. And I think that the cherry acts as a little bit of a back sweetener. The spearmint and the lemon zest kind of act as a flavor balancer, if you will. And then I think the real star of the show, aside from the bourbon barrel, is the black tea. The key here to this beer is balance, and I think it's an odd beer. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you, it's an odd beer, but it's cocktail-esque and it is built that way, and so I think it works.
One thing that's really interesting about this beer, the brewers, we were all drinking it, like sampling it from the dry tank when we finished it, and everybody agreed. Like, first thing we all said was, wow, this is really refreshing. And it's pretty wild being a 13.9% beer. None of us expected it to be refreshing, and drinking it in like these hot months, you'd think it would be more of a sipper, but it's actually really nice. Yeah, if I was at the Kentucky Derby drinking this beer, I would definitely be wearing a tiny hat. That's just what I do. When I'm going out in public, I like to wear smaller hats. I just get called like in the comments, everyone's like, that dude fucking rages. It's only 14%. It's freaking delicious.